developing the patients disregarding harm to you, or practicing the patients of disregarding harm done to you. Okay, so again, study here for what? For doing practice. That's the always keep in your mind as we are studying Dharma, Lamrim, and remember that 3 parts and 6 ideas for how to listening Dharma when you study. So the important part is always think yourself as a illness person, which is we are illness by all these mental afflictions. Our minds are not really stable. Our mind is not pure and clear, always associated with the distracting emotions. So, and then set up intention, also all this intention and motivation also goes with the distracting emotions. Therefore, it's not pure. So, therefore, we are the illness person. So either mental or like physical. Regarding Dharma, so we are illness person. So that's the thing. And then now we are having illness by anger, as we always have it. So this is the therefore the patience practice. What I'm learning here, how to cure my anger, how to stop my anger. So how to reduce my anger. That's the only thing we need to think. Besides that, any thoughts not help you to study properly, right? Okay. So now, first we're talking about the patience of disregarding harm done to you. So it's how to develop, how to do practice. Okay. And then in compared to Shantideva text, it's like a little bit shorter here. It's more, you can think also, this is more summary of the Shantideva's chapter 6. The most ideas come from the Shantideva chapter 6. And then other other texts are there. Therefore, it's more shorter and brief. Therefore, it is summary of the Shantideva text. And then this could be a key point to you, and then understand briefly and roughly, and then go with the Shantideva text to understand extensively. Right? Okay. So now first, developing patience of disregarding harm done to you. It's 2 things. Stopping impatience with those who harm to you. Stopping both dislike for harm, what called? Doers, attainments, and delight in their troubles. Okay. Again, these 2 lines, stopping impatience with those who harm you, and stopping both disliking harm for harm attainment and delight in their troubles. So these 2 outline is also summary of the 24 cause of cause of anger, 24 cause of anger, which is mentioned in Shantideva text. Okay. Okay. Now first, stopping impatience with those harm done to you. Again, there are 2 parts. Stopping impatience with those who prevent your happiness and with those who cause you to suffer. Oh, sorry. Actually, okay. That's the 24 cause of anger is combined in earlier 2. Now, here, second one. So stopping patience with those who prevent your happiness and with those who cause you to suffer. Okay, who prevent your happiness, that's the cause of anger, and who those who cause you suffer, also there's cause of anger. So therefore, how to do patience practice with when it's happening with you. That's the same here. The second one is stopping impatient with those who prevent your praise, fame, or honor, and with those who have contempt for you or say offensive or unpleasant things to you. Okay. So these are including stopping impatient with those who harms to you, right? Harm you. Okay. Again, it has a more outline here. Showing that anger is unjustified, showing that compassion is appropriate. So again, first there, 3. On analysis of the object, anger is unjustified. On analysis of the subject, anger is unjustified. On analysis of the basis, anger is justified. So I try to complete first one. And on analysis of the object, anger is unjustified. And then also we can definitely should finish the first one, and the second one try to complete it, which is like a analyzes subject, anger is justified. And then third one is analysis of the basis, anger is justified. Okay. So it's saying that analysis of the object, anger is justified, means the object that who are causing you, the being and things causing you anger. That's the object. And then subject at yourself, analyzing on the subject, anger is unjustified. And then on analysis of the basis, anger is unjustified. Also the basis is your, I think it's your body and mind. Okay, now there are 4 ways to analyze this with the object. Anger is unjustified. Okay, first one is on analysis of whether the object has self-control, right? On analysis of, that's right, right? On analysis of whether the object has self-control, and then on analysis for the either advantageousness or inherency, or analysis of the whether the harm is direct or indirect, on analysis of the cause that impel the harm doers, right? Okay, again, now first we're going to talk the analyzing the whether the object has self-control. Keep this in your mind. This subject, keep it in your mind. Okay? Until we move to next, whatever we're talking, make it connected with this subject, this outline, which is on analysis of whether the object has self-control. Okay? So it's saying that analyze this who cause you have anger. They cause you intentionally, even do intentionally, they do have a self-control or not. So that's the analyzing. So doing patience with the understanding they are self-control or not, right? So that's the things. Therefore, again, keep in your mind what we're talking here right now is analyzes whether the object has self-control. Anger, that's what we're talking now, okay. So, okay, Chepo, can you read the analysis better?
Analyze thinking, what would be reasonable grounds for anger towards harmdoers? Whereupon you might think
you're not using the
non-protest.
Oh, okay.
So the next passage.
Okay.
Analyze thinking, what would be reasonable grounds for anger towards harmdoers? Whereupon you might think, they first had the thought of wanting to harm me, prepared the method, and then either prevented my happiness or inflicted unpleasant physical or mental suffering. So my anger is justified. Are you angry because they inflicted harm while they had the self-control not to harm you? Or are you angry because they were utterly without any self-control and hurt you while helplessly impelled by something else? In the former case, your anger is unjustified because those who inflict harm do not have control over themselves. For when the conditions and causes, seeds left by afflictions which they were previously habituated, a nearby object, and erroneous conception, come together, they give rise to the thought to harm, even though the harm doers do not think, I will feel malice. Whereas if those causes and conditions do not come together, they will never produce the thought to harm, even if the harm doers think, I will feel malice. These causes and conditions produce the desire to harm. This, in turn, produces the work of harming, and this produces suffering for someone else. So those harm doers do not have even the slightest self-control. Moreover, they have become like servants of their afflictions, because they are under the control of others, i.e., their affliction.
Okay. So, okay, now first, that's we have to know that to who cause you have anger, like if the person, there are kind of three type of persons. The person that who you benefiting them, but returning is harms. And then person who never benefited, but still harms to you. And then person both harming each other. That's three. Every person who cause you anger could be included in these three. Either it will be like harming each other, right? You harms, they harms, or you benefiting, they harms, or could be even you're not benefited, still they harms. There are three types of person. Okay, so whatever the person harms to you, you can think whatever idea giving us here. It's most difficult for us to think is who it's like who harms to you, you always benefiting to them. That is difficult to deal with you, right? But it's harming each other, then you can think easily the idea, whatever giving idea here to think, you can easily think, okay, that's my wrong. I harms, they harms, right? That's more easy. But here, you never harms, they harms is it's more difficult than first one, but compared to the third one, it's easier. The third one is you always benefiting it, but they harms to you. So that I think difficult to deal with it. That's generally majority it's happening like that. Talk. It's not necessary always goes like this, right? So there are three types of persons that you should think. Whatever the persons here, whoever the one of these three, whenever cause you to have anger by harming you, right? So then you have to think that there harms to me. So then you can say it's right to show anger because they're not just harms to me; they're harms to me intentionally, right? That's the so far we can go. So so that's the difficult for us. It's just harming. Okay, it could be accident, it could be uncontrolled or this and that. But one thing makes us too difficult to understand is someone harms to us intentionally. Then we might think, okay, they do have a self-control because they harms to us, harms to me intentionally. But here, saying that be patient with the who do not have a self-control. That self-control include who have an intention in harms to you. So that's we need to analyze. Who harms to me with intentionally, even like strong intentionally, that person has self-control now. That's what we need to analyze. We are not just analyzing just who harms to me, right? who harms to me intentionally. So because that's the we have a difficult to understand. And then so the Lamrim gives us few ideas. The first idea is saying is does the intention and both anger, like the intentions has people have an intention, that intentions harms to you. They have both like anger and which is intention to harms to you, or you physically or mentally harming to you. Three things, right? So all these three. So first we go with the intention and anger, right? Who are harming to you. So their intention is comes like they do have a self-control or they are out of self-control. What they're having intention to you. That's the first thing we need to analyze. And then here, Lama Tsongkhapa and all these other texts are saying um, um, yeah, that intention is depend on many cause and condition, which they have harms to you, right? The intention, the possibility cause and condition is, which is which is like a object near to them who they want to harm, right? Understand? That's the one cause and condition which is close to them or near to them. Then another. Like if I harms to him, he is close to me, therefore I harm him. If he is not close to me, he is just in Manhattan, then I can harm him. That's the closeness, yeah. So therefore, that's one condition. And another condition is what called they do have like a the habitually. That's all in bad intentions. It comes by their habitually from long lifetime, right? Many lifetimes. They do have a habitually. They do have a seed or imprint that having that harmful intention, right? So this is another cause. And they do have a unproper way to thought. So misunderstand, misthought, or like an unproper way to thought. Think means like improper way to think. So they were saying these intentions depend on their habitually imprints or seed, and then also it's depend on they have like a misunderstanding or improper thing. Also, this depend on the the person who harms to is close to you. These are the conditions. Without these conditions, it's never, that person cannot have an intention. So the person bad intention is depend on cause and condition. Therefore, it is not self-controlling because it depends. It's not independently having that its intentions because it's depend on many cause and condition, even the bad intentions. So at that way, we think that person do not have self-control, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I go with it.
I have a little bit. I mean, I understand that generally, but it almost seems like it's saying that a person has no free will. They have no option to act. They are in that situation with that person. They can't choose to do something other than.
They can choose.
They could make a choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you say they could not make a choice because all these things came together, then you're saying it's just going to happen. It will happen. There's no other way that it could happen.
analysis is looking back. Looking back.
But I'm not really clear what Chenmo said it was.
Free will. Free will means I have a choice.
I have, yeah, okay.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so we believe free will. We have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
We keep ourselves from having negative actions.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do virtue. We don't want to do non-virtue. This makes it sound like it doesn't matter. You're going to do non-virtue whether you want to.
Okay, okay. So do you think we have a choice?
I think so, yes.
Okay. If we have a choice, no one need to harm to others. If we have a choice, we don't want to suffer anyone anymore. If we have a choice, we always need a happiness. Right? And then we know that path is wrong path to bring me, taking my happiness. Even we know, we follow it.
That is
So, yeah.
that I convinced that my actions result in my suffering.
Yeah, even we are understanding karmic cause and effect. Even we know all this karmic cause and effect. Still, we're creating a lot of negative karma. Do we have a choice? Sorry? We are, until we are under the control of, under the afflictions, there are very much less choice. We think I have a choice. We think that they have a choice. But if they have a choice, then Shantideva never said, people wants to free from suffering, but keep running after the cause of suffering. Never said. It is really don't have a choice. People wants to be happy, but it keep destroying their cause of happiness. At that point, not really sure, but we have a choice.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, we are training here
Uh-huh.
not to be angry at harmless.
Yeah.
So even though you say what you just said, we are training ourselves here to go against our karmic causal effect and these things that are situational. So we are training to actually have free choice. So actually, there's a conflict between what you just said and when we train ourselves to.
So I will give you an example, right? So if someone use harsh word in front of you right now, do you have a choice that not having anger?
So if you train yourself, you can.
It is depend on train, but I'm not saying enlightened. I'm saying we are who are ordinary being. Do we have a choice to not have anger?
Yes. Because I can
So then.
train myself.
You're saying if you hurt
Okay.
I'm not saying we have a choice,
Uh-huh.
but I think we can take a moment to assess what's happening. We can see.
Yeah, I can say which we have an ability to choice. Yes. But do we have a really control to choice? Yeah, that's good, John.
So experiencing anger and acting in anger are obviously
Anger and
experiencing anger,
uh-huh,
that emotion,
uh-huh,
and acting on feeling anger
uh-huh.
and acting on anger, two different things.
It is two different things.
Right.
Yeah, we always say that it's two different things.
So so experiencing anger
Uh-huh,
is a common emotion.
uh-huh.
It's universal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acting in anger is a choice.
Yeah, we do have a choice. Acting, that's true. That's true. So, but here, let's say, we are choosing actually, that's true. Acting is we choosing. In front of boss, we are not expressing it. We choosing it. In front of your children, your family, we're expressing it. That's the part of we choosing how to act it. That's understand. But somehow, can you choose not express anger to your family as like you are not expressing boss? Can you choose that? If you choose, then why you are not choosing it? That's the comes, right? So yes. So yeah, are you saying from here?
One answer to the concern is expressed here. Undisciplined persons are as limitless as space. You could never overcome them. You conquer the single mental state of anger that is like vanquishing all your enemies. But that implies we do have a choice. We can train ourselves. We can catch ourselves from getting angry and not going to express it. So there is, I believe we do have otherwise.
So say here, one thing is, you all come here class. That's your choice, right? But you choose this class really by yourself, or you follow some emotion or something else, right? So the choosing, that what we needed, anything we choose by reasoning, without any emotional, without any mental reflections, right? That will be, say, I can choose, right? If your choice always go with attachment, aversion, or like a laziness, or something mental reflections, and then you feel that you are 100% choice, but some point, yes, you have a choice, you do have control, but not 100% choice that, until you go with any kind of mental reflections. Yeah.
I want to implore Richard.
Well, it's been asked.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw he doing head like this. That's what I thought he said.
But I will go on to say that this examination has been conducted in the West by Kohlenroth, who studied this idea of determinism. And there's a debate that's still on between, do we have the ability of free choice? Do we have this ability, or is everything caused? And the Hallbrack argument is that everything is predetermined, including mental activities, because you have tendencies, dispositions, and desires. And those tendencies, dispositions, and desires give you the illusion of free will. But as just discussed, those were put there, they were caused. And if people in this room have tendencies and desires and predispositions, it's because you've had the good fortune in previous lives or in this life to have them created in your mind.
But if
those
indeed,
are the motivate.
But if indeed, like we don't really have this free will, that I remember like the conversation that you were having with me, is like, what's the point of practice, trying to like attain these goals and trying to fight against virtue versus non-virtue? Like it's like we're not going to win. It's already predetermined. So right? So like, what's really like?
But there's no win or lose. It just will continue to evolve, and it could evolve towards a positive or a negative outcome karmically, or for your development in the practice of
right. But then it's like you're talking about what's the point in fighting? Like you're either going to like it's already predetermined whether you're going to like fight against it or not, and whatever the result is going to be. So it's like, is it really a middle ground in between determinism and free will, or is it just slated on just determinism?
You're predetermined by what?
Yes,
By your karma, your spiritual
life.
But that has caused the conditions.
You said
right.
So
it's not inherent.
Right.
I use it, but regarding what?
Regarding the ability that you can only control the first reaction.
No. I use it enlightened that I say, I'm not talking as we are enlightenment. We are as ordinary being. Based on that, I'm talking how much we chose, how much we self-control. That's how I said it. I used enlightenment for that. So we are not enlightened. So therefore, that our choice is not really, we feel it, we choosing it by self-control, but always has some kind of expression with it. So like say, you come to class to choice. If I talk here, which you really don't like it, your choice will be not come back. And that is like a properly choice or not choice. That's we need to think again, right? That's we can think again. And there are more examples will come, as said here, choice. And another way to say, okay, before I talk, what Janet, keep, okay.
No, because I'm hearing this, and what I'm hearing in this whole thing is not about we have self-control or anything. It's helping us to have an ability when somebody is angry or harming us, is we have the ability to go, oh, that person is run by his mental affliction. He's out of his control, and that gives you the opportunity to not react, to have compassion for that person.
Compassion.
Out of their head. So it's first we have
Well, it's exactly
self-control, and
two sides of the same thing, right?
but we're talking about
It will act in your mind. You will experience the agents of all of these decisions. But so will it happen in the object of what is being discussed here, the object of
and I think what we're trying,
that person.
I think what we're trying to do is learn how to practice patience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so in learning how to practice
But that's
patience,
not
you learn
that's
to,
not contradictory to this discussion,
Yes.
right? That's exactly the same
but you
thing.
do have self-control.
You have the ability that you find in your own mind to exercise what you believe is self-control is because you have all the seeds, causes, and conditions that give you predispositions, desires, and tendencies. So you might, for example, wake up this morning and have a predisposition to go milk, porridge. You might have the desire to eat something warm. You might have the tendency to cook in the morning. So you'll do that, right? And it's the same with the object of your anger, the person who is the object of in this exercise, right? They also have tendencies, predispositions, desires, and they will act on those. You may be at the stage where you're capable of controlling your anger and understanding that you're planting positive seeds.
I don't think that agency and self-control are the same.
It is the term agency would be.
Actually,
I'm not sure
The term agency would be, for example, baseball flying through the air does something and is hit by a bat. So in that case, agency would be the bat hitting the ball. Right? In your mind, there's also causes and conditions, right? In exactly the same way that the world, right?
Yeah, I think.
Agency would be your predisposition.
But that's not the same as self.
So another way to say it, yes, we do have a choice, but we do have an independent choice. Choice that independently. That's another way you can say it. Like say, or because the most of our choice is depend on you like or you dislike. This is the limit. The you like, dislike is most of the time, I'm not saying 100%, most of the time, either you are associated with attachment or aversion, right? Like an anger, or like some kind of aversion. So it goes like that. So then, is this your choice? Then someday you can split it up. You can, which is not choosing today, you can choose again tomorrow, or not tomorrow choice. You know, our choices go like a not really like a what called. Another way to say, okay, so you have a choice that you can think, you can leave class right now. I can leave it. That's the, you can choose, right? And then somehow you're not choosing it because they have some reason. That reason is associated with the self-centeredness. The reason is associated with the attachment or something else. That's really the thing. So other ways, like I say, okay, here's the group gathering together. So if you are stay here until like 11 o'clock, we are giving you big gift, each 1 million, right? Even you don't like, your mind really don't like, right? But still you will not choose that you will leave. You will choose to stay. Because you are really choosing by yourself. If yourself is choosing that you don't like to stay long that, but you're not leaving it, that's not really you choosing. But we feel that I'm choosing it, right? That is kind of example. We are not really independently, we don't have any independently choice. So they were here choosing whatever happening with us, the anger, my own anger, or someone have a bad intention, whatever, it's each are the depend on cause. Its cause is not just one single cause. There are many causes and conditions comes together than having bad intention. Once they have a bad intention, they harms the actions. Then I do have also many causes and conditions when it comes together and arises anger, right? So they all depend on it's happening or not happening. It's depend on something else. So when it's depend on something else, it's not independent.
All the choices are empty.
Not really said it empty.
Absent, because all choices don't have inherent essence. Right?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Choices don't have inherent essence. They're only caused by causes and conditions.
That's true. That's choosing could be meaningful. Even its emptiness, choosing could be meaningful, right? So is inherent lack of inherent is inherently existent. Lack of inherently existence. Its emptiness means not that every single you're choosing is empty. It's not mean that every single you're choosing is meaningless.
I didn't say
right now, yeah.
I said empty.
Yes, based on empty, but every single choosing is not say empty. So so I choose here to keep this one.
Why
This is not empty though.
Why you equate emptiness with meaning? With meaning?
Because my assumption is when you think emptiness is commonly happening, misunderstanding with the people, emptiness is nothingness.
No, but I don't have
You know, therefore my assumption, based on that, I talk it. If you don't have that, that's fine. That's fine. So just try to make it clear. So just speaking what you're really thinking is.
So then if, like you were saying, if we don't really have an independent kind of choice, then isn't this arguing for like everything is fully deterministic, not like a middle ground between free will and determinism, but rather fully deterministic?
Determinism in
It has to happen.
Determinism is the opposite of free will.
It's not quite correct.
oh, everything chosen by habit?
No, not everything is, well, yeah, I guess.
No.
No,
Yes.
not necessarily chosen by habit, but it's when your habit and the correct causes and conditions come together. This is what allows you to make a decision rather than saying, like, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to pick up the microphone. No, the correct causes and conditions came together along with my habit and made me pick up the microphone.
Let's say Melody chose to serve Marva and wants to enlighten her, right? That his choice is like it comes habitually. I don't think so.
No, but it's not like a habit, but it's like in past lives he's associated. You know, he had a very close association with Martha in past lives, and he has this like strong desire to.
These are the cause and conditions.
Right. So when these things are all they all come together, then it's almost like you don't have any kind of choice. Your habit, you're habitually wanting this, and all the causes and conditions come together, and it's like even if you were like to I don't even know, like if you could fight against it, you wouldn't even fight against it.
Okay, so this is like a kind of like the big topic, chose or not chose. Okay, so and again, my analysis, I will give you another thing to think. But as I said, we don't have an independent choice. That's my perspective. And another thing I can say, anything we choose easily is not independently choosing it. It's not something that we choose easily, right? So it is not really choose by self-control. Is anything that you're choosing by like a hard work, that could be self-control. That's I just giving you the option to more analyze to think. That's one possibility. Say self-control choice. Self-control choice, something that you're working hard. That could be self-control choice. Something that you're easily choosing and taking and abandoning. That could be not self-control choice. It's more with emotion or karma or something else.
Your perspective is that there is no independent choice, right? But then say something that's easy, you don't have self-control. But wait a second.
I understand. Therefore, I'm saying it's complete. This two is complete. I understand. Just I'm giving you option to think. That could be possible.
I'm asking you,
Yeah.
what's the difference between independence choice and self-control? You say there is no independence choice, but you say there is self-control. So what's the difference in real life, in functionally, between independent choice, which you said there is none, and self-control, which you say there is? So what's the difference between independent choice and self-control?
Okay. So either are like generally like a not independently choice. Okay. The self-control. What I'm saying here is that, like I say, I leave class or I come class. So we think it's self-control. It could be self-control. It couldn't be, right? But what I'm giving you answer is here. Like another option is there's something you need to work hard to complete it with your choice. That could be self-control, but still it's not independent choice. It's depend on cause and condition and so many things. But it still could be self-control because you're choosing more like I would say with like a better reason without any associated with the emotions, right? So yeah, the easy way to say something that you always choosing with the associated with the emotion. That could be not self-control, or associated with the none of emotion is associated with a more great reason. That could be self-control, choice by self-control. That's I say it's yes. I'm not saying it's yes or no. I say it's possibility. That could be that you think more how it goes. Here.
But as you said, it's still wholly deterministic. That it lacks that choice or that you're exerting self-control or not is a product of causes and conditions.
Yeah, it is cause and condition. Yeah, yes.
So in this way, it's not independent. So it's influenced.
Yeah, it's not independent, but self-control.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone has great self-control, great discipline. That's still a result of their
Great
past.
means
Great.
great. Oh, great. Okay.
Great discipline.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
a very disciplined person. That's a certain type of person. Not everybody has a lot of discipline. So it's still part of what we're talking about. It's like determined by our history, our karma, our past experience.
Yeah, yes, could be. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. It sounds like there's no. It's all determined.
Yeah. You can think more on that.
Which makes us feel like, oh, we don't have choice, but actually, when you take it apart, it's like, isn't that what choice is?
So even the choosing enlightenment, right? It is need some kind of like a karmic and some kind of condition connected with it, right? So yeah, it is. And then. But I don't think it's every single like this is depend on karmic and every single your choice, like for enlightenment, is depend on karmic or not. I'm not saying, but what we need to understand here, so far we are thinking easily. I do have a choice, right? What we talk here let you think it's not that easy that you have a choice. Okay.
Are we also thinking that free will versus determinism? Talking about everything as a cause and condition, you see it that way. Are we thinking that that's an all-inclusive? That it's one or the other, right? And I think that we're confused by that. I think it's also often held up as a choice, that you have a choice to either choose to see the world as determined, and you choose to see the world as, that you have ultimate free will. And that's, that there's nothing else, that that's all inclusive. And I don't think that's correct.
Yeah. It's remind me to say that also most of the time we think we're choosing, but not you choosing it. Your teachers choosing, your friends choosing, your parents are choosing, your children's choosing, right? Not you are choosing.
The same way we say that nominally,
Nominally,
things exist, okay, but they don't exist. Okay? Can we say the same way that nominally we think that we have a choice, okay? But in reality we don't have a choice. Can we use the same way of looking at dominating versus empty? Can we use it the same way as far as our self-control is a nominal notion, but in reality it's not such a thing. That's why I was using the word empty before.
maybe better not mix these two always together. So
It's the same, not a question of mixing, not a mixing. It's the same idea, it's the same notion that controls both.
yeah, I don't think it's the same idea what we're talking right now. Yeah.
Our thinking that we do have self-control.
Yes.
It's not a product, it's a nominal thinking, it's a product of our brain, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. In reality, you say there is no independent choice, but we think we have an independent choice because, forgive us, we think we have an independent choice because that's a picture of our mind. We create that nominally to say, oh yes, we have independence choice. But we make that up. In truth, we don't have independent choice. If you use the same analysis, understand? Independent choice is something we create in our mind. The same way we create
creating mind. No, independent or like a dependent choice. We are talking about nothing just creating mind. It's depend on many cause and condition. Which things is depend on many cause and condition, even external cause and condition. That is not independent,
Like an
right?
illusion.
So
illusion. That's what I mean. Illusion.
I think it's a red herring. I think
it is complicated. It's complicated. So, but what we need to know here, being patient with who shows you anger, who causes you anger. Okay, when someone harms to you, this is one cause to having me anger. When someone harms to you, at the moment, you should think that person who harms to me, that harming intention is their habit, they are connected with the karma, they connected with the mental afflictions, and their harmful intentions could be connected with some kind of desire that they want from you something. So their bad intention is connected with the many things to make the intention for that person. So therefore, that person's intention, bad intention is not just independently comes in their mind.
Okay, that's easy to understand.
So that's the way we need to think. Practically, that's the way we need to think how to stop your anger.
Okay, but answer me this question. I understand what you just said. That's easy to understand. But answer me this question.
Careful, Ronnie.
Is independent?
No, Ronnie.
Our thinking that we have independent choice.
Excuse me, Ronnie.
Is that an illusion?
No. This is a little bit complicated topic here, right now, to talking illusion or not illusions. I need to be answered long, because you might understand 10%, and I almost need to go 30% to understand. So this takes long, right? Therefore I say, just skip it right now. Whether you say nominally, illusionarily, we do have anger. That illusion anger, we have to stop by that illusion cause that we need to stop, right? So even it's illusion, it's functioning reality, right? It is one of reality that they have caused me have anger, that's reality. I have anger, that's reality. So that's how we need to go, okay? Yeah.
I think it's really useful for us to look at our own stuff,
Mhm.
what we think of this stuff, in the same way that when we look at our own things that we compassion for others. It's like we know what is close to us, and we can break that apart and understand it, and then we can apply that to other people and say, this is how they operate.
Yes.
This is how they act. So I think this is useful about
Mm-hmm.
free will and what that really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree what you just said. There's
Mhm.
no so much here.
Mm-hmm.
I understand everything what you said.
Okay.
But sometimes this is an advanced class. People want to go into deeper things. We can't.
Actually, I answer it. Illusionary anger caused by illusory, like a persons. These are the reality.
But I didn't talk about illusionary anger.
It is reality either.
No,
Also.
yeah, but I wasn't asking about illusionary anger. Anger is a reality, a functional reality. I was asking whether independent choice, our feeling that we have, our thinking that we have independent choice, whether that is an illusion. I wasn't talking about anger. I was talking about the thinking and the feeling that we have independent choice, which you said we don't. Is that an illusion?
What means illusion for you? That's the first we need to clear. What means illusion for you?
Illusion for me means that there is no such a thing, but I've just created it in my mind. That's what illusion means.
Never accept that here. In Prasangika view, we never accept everything's created by mind. It's also depend on external things. Never accept. Therefore, I said it takes a long time to explain it.
Why don't you explain it?
It takes a long time to explain it.
How long?
If you need to know, I will give you separate time to talk this, okay? So therefore, this is a first, analysis to think when it's mid-person, okay, everything is dependent on cause and condition. It's not independently arrest. Therefore, they do not have a self-control choice because something is push them to choice, which is like a desire, which is like their habit from previous life, which is seed of the bad intention mind. All this pushing to have that kind of intention. And once they have an intention, it's harms. That harming to you is depend on intention. Intentions depend on many cause and condition. Therefore, that person is not really self-controlling to harming you or having intentions. That's the one way you can think it, then help you to reduce your anger. And it could be said that, yes, I understand who harms to me, it's not like harming me by independently intentions, harming me by that having that kind of intentions by self-control. But when they be nice with their relative, isn't their choice. Be nice with the relative, right? Is harming, yes, we can think they do not have a control because there are a lot of habit to have bad habit and all this seed of manipulation push them to have that bad of intention, right? But how about that when they be nice with the relative? Is this their choice or not?
No.
So, okay, so what is the problem with it?
What is the problem with
when they choose to be nice with the relative or helping to the relative instead of harming here to helping here, is their choosing self-control or not?
It's the same thing. It's the same cause and effect and seed and previous partner. The same factors, variables that cause somebody to be mean. The same factors and variables cause somebody to be nice. It's just different factors and variables, but still factors and variables cause one person to do bad or to do good, to do harm or to do good.
To do good isn't good.
What?
To doing good is good, right?
Do good to the family.
Yeah, it's good, right? But harming whoever is harms is bad.
Right.
But choosing the doing good with someone is good, right? It's considered as like a what do you call it?
You're not really choosing.
Uh-huh.
It's like basically Ron is trying to express, like, it's the same kind of process, whether whether you are, I don't want to use the word choose, whether you are being nice to someone, whether you are expressing anger towards them. The same kind of a process of factors that allow the person or propel the person to act in that certain manner. So it's like.
Okay, so the whatever we need to know here, there could be answer there could be a question I have like that, and then the answer is like yes, this is doing more harm by control by the anger, the bad intention. Here also doing nice with the control by the control by attachment, desire, not really self-control, control by desire. That's what we have to say, right? Instead of thinking just other causal condition, control by desire. That's it. Yeah.
But to be nice to somebody, what kind of desire?
To your relative.
Yeah.
Isn't it desire? It is attachment.
Right. So
That's what I'm saying. That comes from attachment.
right, but attachment is a causal condition.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So what I'm saying is there is causal condition.
Yes, what you are saying is right. What you are saying is right. What you are saying is true. I'm adding on that. I'm adding on that. Clear? Okay.
So what's the difference between somebody that's controlled, didn't get me the idea about the demons, versus when somebody is propelled to do something because it's controlled by demons?
Demons means?
It's in like the next passage. Maybe I should read it before you.
Let's read it. Right.
Okay. So now here, also Geshe Tsengawa, one of Kadampa masters, said, once you happening with you, someone harms to you, you also can think there are as like a mental illness person, which they do not have a control. When they have a bad intention, when they have anger, they are not controlling by self. So they are out of their control. So therefore, same as like a mental illness, how we can patience with them, how much we can be easily forgive to them. So forgiveness, same way, every single being who caused you anger, this is, you can think as a mental illness person, and then instead of anger, be more compassionate because it's a mental illness person. That's another idea to how to stop to having anger, to develop patience.
But there is a risk. How do you do that? That's a good way of doing it. But how do you do it without creating a mental affliction in yourself? Like you say, oh, he's got a mental illness, or he's like a child. That you don't fall into the trap of thinking, but I don't have mental illness. I'm not a child. He's a child. He's got mental illness. That's why he's angry. So how do you do it without falling into the trap of thinking, well, he's got, but I don't. I don't have mental illness, but he's got mental illness. That's why he's angry. So there's a risk there of falling into the
What risk? What is there?
I think he's talking about like kind of like a trap, like feeling superior to this person because they have a mental illness and you do not, or you fall into a trap.
Forget about feeling superior or not superior. We do know I do have anger. We do know I have to stop my anger. Thinking who caused me to having anger, these are the mental illnesses at the moment helping me to stop my anger. It's not just showing I'm more superior than this. It's one kind of technique to think helping me to stop anger at the moment. So this is nothing to do with I'm superior and they are lower, I'm there, nothing to do with it.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you know, use that idea once you close to have anger.
I know what I'm saying. It's a great technique. It's a good technique. It's a good technique.
Yeah.
It's an excellent technique, but you have to be careful when you use that technique. That you
No. Once we use this technique, we are not talking. We are not saying that you are mental illness.
Of course
Why
not.
we need to say? But thinking by yourself to controlling your anger, who will know?
Exactly.
Only you will know.
Exactly.
Why risk there?
The risk is there. Listen, the risk is there. Of course, everything happens in your mind. You don't tell the person, oh, you're angry because you have a mental illness, okay? Or because you're childlike. No, everything, that analysis is happening in your mind, inside your mind. But you have to be careful that when you do that analysis,
Understand. This is one kind of option given us by many practitioner Lama. If you don't think it's like a practical to help me to reduce my anger, if you think more, it's like I'm just being superior. You don't have to follow this idea. You can follow another idea which help you to reduce anger.
Yeah. Say what you say. I agree with this. I just told you it's an excellent technique.
But what?
I do want to hear what he's saying, because I think when I expressed the point to you in my interpretation, I think it was mistaken. So I think like what he's going to say is not going to be mistaken if I try to.
So what I'm saying is that I agree that technique is an excellent technique. I'm just adding to it.
Adding what?
Ron, what is the risk that I did not relay to him, if not like a feeling of pride or security? What is the risk?
The risk is when you don't use that technique properly, okay? You can fall into the trap that you think that you are better than others, of self-grasping.
Okay, then it's the same thing that I was saying.
You can fall into the trap of self-grasping if you don't use the technique properly, the right way. It's an excellent technique. I'm just adding to that you have to be careful how you use that technique. So in your mind, you don't fall into self-grasping trap of thinking that this method.
Okay. Let's say my experience. If you try to do this, once you're close to anger, right? If you try to do it, I will beg you, you will never increase that self-grasping at the moment. Because you're close to having anger. And immediately think, this person is like an illness person. So otherwise, how we can develop compassion to this person? We have to think this person is suffering. Well, in order to develop compassion. And then mentally suffering, physically suffering. This is the main cause condition to having me compassion mind. If you think it makes you superior, there's no way to develop compassion. And if you are saying proper way, what is the proper way?
This is the first time you introduce the word compassion. This is the first time in this discussion that you introduce
No. You are not listening. That's the problem. What I said it. When we say mental illness people, try to stop your anger. Being anger, be compassionate. That's I said it before.
You can do it through compassion.
Okay.
At the very beginning, in how to study Dharma, start from the position that you have mental affliction, right? So the trap is falling into the acting as if one is enlightened, and then suddenly now, I don't have these mental, or I diminished, or I'm farther along, therefore this person, I'm farther along, right? So right there, you're setting up a condition where there's separation, and you're judging.
I think that makes more sense, falling into a trap. I know how to cure this person.
If you are aware when you're using that technique, that the umbrella on top of it is compassion, then there's no problem, no risk. You're doing it because you're compassionate towards that person that's angry. If that compassion is present in your mind and in your analysis all the time, the compassion to that person that you think is got a mental illness, the anger is an illness, that's perfect. But if you don't use compassion 100%, then you can fall into the trap. He gets angry, I don't get angry. Look at myself. I'm controlling myself.
But you're concerned with judging, making an analysis that's accurate, as opposed to looking at a situation where you can use your own understanding of the action of mental afflictions in your mind and somehow possibly apply that and be helpful as an action of compassion. Because compassion as an idea, as a concept in your mind, doesn't do, I mean, it's just that.
But the purpose here is to cultivate patience in our own mind, not the other person. So this is the point that's being made here is that anger is not justified because, and there's going to be other reasons I guess we'll get to, but we're not trying to cultivate patience in the other person.
No, but understand.
We're cultivating patience in our own.
So let's just stop at understand, right? So on the level of understanding that person, all right, what's happening with that person, it's helpful to be able to be into
You would
our
only
own.
fall into that trap of self-grasping and pride if you were already there. That thought arises from self-grasping. The thought you're describing of thinking like I'm superior, that thought would not arise without self-grasping. So you're already there.
Well, I don't think you even have to go to, I mean, yeah, so superiority is just
Okay, I think that's fine. That's fine. So she asking something. You asking something?
The way I very the way I was for practice there's another side that it was that the zero issue past were interfering without I would call it
Projection. Okay.
Projection is like,
Not what she said
thinking
totally.
that you're
they're taking their own and putting them on other person's value. If the judgment is scared, relinquish to without leaving them with what you said is
Okay, so that you are regarding talking about that idea how to stop anger to using as that thinking they are mental illness person, right? That's what regarding you saying.
I guess what I'm saying is practice compassion. If somebody saying medical problem, actually people aren't always compassionate. So if somebody has cancer, it's very likely compassion. Which is helpful. I would like. I guess I'm just.
Okay.
I'm just trying to say I agree with you. Sorry, the word compassion is passion. That's so, and that's how I was observing. I was trying to catch.
So you're talking about self-control as compassion. So in a situation, if we're talking about self-control, you're not in dealing with our own anger towards somebody who's harming us intentionally. We may be mentally ill, or not. So when you say compassion, are you talking about You're talking about self-control. Self-control being.
So the actually it's like an antidote for anger is loving kindness and compassion. It is very true. So, and then if we say, okay, you should build more love and kindness and compassion, it's a very positive way to say it. But is this easy for you? Therefore, we have to go all this negative thought, all these negative things, to having this positive mind. And this all negative is, we are not really, I think it's not really judging it. We're saying what it is. And then it's thinking that way. We're not just created by mind to made it up, there something have problem. But reality, as we are samsaric being, definitely we have anger. Definitely we have a suffering, many physical and mental, whether you agree or not. But these are the reality. Therefore, thinking these sufferings, their mental illness, their anger, all this thinking to bring more benefit to self and other, think that way, then you should think it. So if there are no benefit, any benefit to thinking this, then there's no reason to think it. So therefore, yes, there are special, like in Westerner, when we talk, always need to be here that positive word, positive mind, positive thing, and then again a lot of encouragement. That's using these are positive things for encouragement to do continuous practice. And then I'm a little bit different here. Right? I'm a little bit different here. Not always try to use that positive word, positive like analyze and everything's positive, because it is keeps your faith, it is keeps your whatever you have, keeps your is continuously, which is good. I've never used that reality, some reality which is negative. We cannot move forward. We cannot develop it. We cannot develop. You are staying who you are. You are stating what you have at that much. If you want to increase more, if you want to develop more, you need to hear everything. You need to learn everything, which is reality. So that's the pushing us to move forward. Again, but one more I'm repeating, is there any pointless to think in this? Absolutely is wrong. Is there a lot of benefit to think in this? You should think it, because these are not just made it up. These are the reality. You're thinking one kind of reality, whether people accept or not, whether you accept or not, it is reality and brings you huge benefit. That thing it. We don't want to think our own suffering. Definitely I don't want to think my own suffering. But thinking my own suffering is recognize who am I. It makes me realize who am I. It makes me think how I can stop it. That's the reason I'm thinking my own suffering. Actually, I like it, I don't like it. Right? But that's how we need to go forward, yeah.
More bitter than meditations.
Yeah, that's the way, okay. So, and then continues, Lama Tsongkhapa continuously giving some idea here how to stop anger who harms to done to you. There are three ideas already touted, which is like their intentions and anger is everything depends on cause and conditions. That's one thing. And then also thinking the opposite, there are things as like more mental illness to help you to be more patient. Like I say, the father, between father and children, right? If the children is mental illness, father never have anger to children, whatever children that mental illness children done. Right? So they slap, they use harsh word, they never listen, whatever. Father will be continuously patient because father thinking is lose control. They do not have any control mind. Same like a children to father. When father do not have their control mind, children will be patient same as between mother and children, between doctor and patient. As I'm doctor, when I meet the patients, that patient's mental illness, that's life, I will not have anger. because understanding situation, understanding circumstances, right? We easily be patient. Even I have anger, moment anger, it easily goes, right? Because of thinking, they are under control of something else. They do not have a control. They do not have a self. This is the best help us to think. Same way, whoever to cause you anger, you can think they are out of control. They do not have their own control. They are controlled by something and something. So therefore, they have bad intention. Therefore, they are having anger. So, and the thing is, there's mental illness. I'm not saying these are the mental illness which we need to send them hospital. I'm not talking that. Regarding Dharma point, they are the mental illness. Whoever have a mental afflictions strong, they are the mental illness, because whenever they have a mental affliction strong, either desire or attachment, like anger, they will lose their own control. They will act exactly the same as like mental illness people. So therefore, think that to excuse them, think that forgiveness them, think that be compassionate to them, think that be reduce your anger. How many benefit there, right? That's the saying here. Okay, please continue giving more ideas in the later case.
In the latter case, you are angry because the harm doers are utterly without any self-control, and being helplessly impelled by something else, they hurt you. Then your anger is totally unjustified. For instance, some people who have been possessed by demons and have come under their control may wish to hurt those who are helping them to get free of their demons, and thereupon beat them, etc. However, their helpers think they do this because their demons have eliminated their ability to control themselves and do not have even the slightest anger toward them. Then they strive to the best of their ability to free them from their demons. Likewise, when bodhisattvas are hurt by others, they think they do this because the demons of the afflictions have eliminated their ability to control themselves, without being even the slightest bit angry with those persons. They then must generate the spirit of enlightenment, thinking, I will strive at the bodhisattva deeds in order to free them from these afflictions. Accordingly, Aryadeva's 400th stanza says, just as the doctor does not fight but helps, patients who are possessed by spirits, though they get angry, so the sage sees that the afflictions are at fault, not the persons who have the afflictions. The Master Chandrakirti also states, this is not living beings' fault. Rather, it is the fault of the afflictions. So the learned analyze and do not fight with others. Although many reasonings are set forth in engaging in the bodhisattva deeds, it is easy to be certain of this one, and it is a very powerful remedy for anger. Also, the bodhisattva levels has the same meaning, for it states that you can bear harm after you meditate on the idea of mere phenomena. So meditate repeatedly on this remedy until you reach certain knowledge.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, now this idea is saying, make differentiate between person and their attitude, or person and their angers. So it's quoting the Shandi, like a master Ayadeva, and commentary by Chandrakirti. Both are saying the person and their anger is totally separate. Therefore, you can always think it's separate. That's the usually his one is Lama say, person is always nice, person is compassionate, but anger comes at the moment. Anger is not in their natures, but it comes at the moment again and again. When anger comes, the person is totally changed. When anger do not have it, when they do not have an anger, again, the person is nice. So the changing and being nice is depend on having anger or not, right? So once they have anger, person totally changing. That means they are changing is by anger, not that they want to change that way. They are not choosing to change that way, right? They are not choosing to change the bad, like bad actions or bad attitude. So because they're doing it because of anger. So therefore, make it separate, person and anger. So and this is one you can think. It is actually, in reality, these two are separate. Because the anger is not the nature of that person who have angers. And therefore, once they have anger, then person's doing what they really don't like it. That's clearly let us understand that person is under the control of some things. Person is, there are no control, out of control. So once they are out of control, then you can be patient with it, thinking that way. You be compassionate with it, thinking that way. So that's the points here, saying make it separate. Let me finish one last one. So another, the emphasizing by Shantideva text, say when people have an anger, even they kill themselves. Once they don't have anger, even like a small needle to pinch it there, like flesh, they don't like any single, like even small thorn to hit them. They don't like it. Once the anger comes, they kill themselves, which is most love, right? Whatever we say it, love to other or not, but the most love to you whom is yourself, right? So you having sometimes anger toward you because you love yourself. So therefore, therefore, in the world, you are the best who love you by you, right? So even that you are taking that life to who you really love.
Love yourself.
Love yourself the most, yeah. And then, of course, we can see how much anger is strong and how much controlling anger is. They're doing exactly what they really, really don't like to do it, which they harms to them or kill them. And the killing others or harming others, of course, we see clearly it is under the control of anger. Then, therefore, thinking as mental illness, then forgiveness, be patient, be compassionate. That's the Shantideva text is emphasizing on that Chandakirti, and Ayadeva said it.
This meditate on the idea of mere phenomena.
Mere phenomena? Let me see.
The top.
Okay. The meaning ways there can be meditating on the idea of mere phenomena. Okay. So, okay, let me see. Oh, okay. So that mere phenomena is saying it is just the thinking as like a anger itself is like a just concept, and then person who cause your anger is just concept. The person who having anger is just concept. Thinking it's more ultimate. It's thinking more. The one way to think, analysis to stop anger is thinking more ultimate reality.
When you say concept, it's something like saying illusion.
We do not have a common understanding illusions, because your illusion is just created by mind. But Lama Tsongkhapa talking here, illusion is not just created by mind.
Who creates the concept? You don't be saying concept. So who creates the concept?
And if you explain ultimate term like talking about things
Merely level, yeah.
Are you familiar with that?
You nominal?
Yeah, things.
Okay, so concept, that's what I was talking about before. We said it's too deep to discuss now. That this, the deep phenomena goes back to what I was asking before about concept. So when you take concept, the person creates the concept. Nominally creates the concept. Who creates the concept? The person creates the concept. You prefer the word concept instead of illusion, but that's okay with me. I think it's one and the same. The nominal creation and the person nominally creates a concept.
Okay.
It even says it afterwards. All things being like illusion. And anything, all things, understanding this, not be angry, and anything, all things being like illusion. Says that even, in the Buddhist engagement.
Okay, let you say that. In this world, except one person, okay, all these other person are saying tree is human being. Okay, their concept is tree is human being. Okay, but one person saying tree is not human being. Which concept we need to follow? Which is right concept? Which is right things?
Follow the concept that you think is the right concept. Don't care.
Okay, then everything is dependent on how you think it. So then its enlightenment is also dependent on how you think it.
I don't know what enlightenment is.
See, even like a bread is dependent on how you think it.
So
The bread, rice, also depend on how you think it, right?
But there is a difference between life and bread. You know what I'm saying?
Even ultimate reality is how you think it's dependent.
Ultimate reality.
They are not really, without I'm thinking, is there any ultimate reality there? Which I need to learn it, which I need to get concept more than concept.
When it says here, that when certain levels is the same, meaning when it states that you can burn harm in other person's heart after you meditate on the idea of real phenomena. Meaning like that harm, it's not real. It's just the concept. That harm that I think the person causes.
It's not real ultimately.
Right.
But
so
it is real conventionally.
It's real functionally and
Yes.
conventionally.
Yes.
But it's not real
Ultimately, yeah.
So if I meditate on that, then that's how.
It's good then.
Right.
Wonderful. Yeah.
But that's the way you have to look at everything. Not only at anger.
Don't go to nihilism. That's the problem.
I'm not going to nihilism.
Yeah. That's my concerning. Okay. So yeah. So is there, as well as this idea is help you to stop anger. Always use it to truly stop anger. Right? But part of this is the ultimate reality or not. That's another question.
Like with Moshe,
okay.
This speaker, he said there's two sides of the same coin. If you only see one side of the coin, the ultimate reality, without seeing the conventional reality, you don't understand anything. You have to see both sides of the coin, then you start into the way of understanding. If you only see one side of the coin, you don't understand anything. So don't worry about this, because I look at both sides of the coin.
That's good then. It makes me more relaxed. Yeah, that's good. I don't have to worry, right? Okay, you got it. So, okay, this is the idea that said it. And then, oh, actually, yeah, read the continues. This being held is more like emphasizing which Chandapiti and Ayadeva said it. If this being, it's understand, easy understand, we're just reading one more time. Okay. If this being has self-control. It's just page 162, like a few lines later.
These beings, if these beings had self-control, they would not have any suffering, because they would not want suffering, and because they could control it. Furthermore, you should stop your anger by also thinking, when these beings are moved by strong afflictions, they commit suicide, leap from cliffs, harm themselves with thorns, weapons, etc., and stop eating and so forth. If they do this to even their rarely cherished and dear selves, of course they will hurt others. Engaging in the bodhisattva deed says, thus, everything is dependent on something else. And because that in turn is dependent, it is not autonomous. Understanding this, do not be angry at anything, all things being like illusions. And also, therefore, if you see an enemy or a friend doing what is wrong, think, this arises from certain conditions, and remain happy. If all beings could achieve results according to their wish, then, since no one was suffering, no one would suffer. And also, while under the control of their affliction, some people will kill even their dear selves. So how can you expect them not to harm the bodies of others?
Okay, so that's we explain it. Yeah, it is clear. Okay, this time.
I'm going to turn the air conditioner on for time.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is the first one on analysis of whether the object has self-control. So and then again, you think more, read Lamrim, but the final decision is saying they do not have a self-control. Therefore, you think that way. Let's help you to be patient. But again, think it's self-control or not, and then how they explain it here. Now, second analysis is saying analysis for either advantageousness or in inherency. So it's like a let's say inherency is maybe another way to say it's nature. It's nature. The anger is nature of person, or the anger is advantageousness. That's the asking question. That's the way we need to analyze it. And then you read the Lamrim after that. It's saying there, if anger is a natural person, then you should more control by yourself. As like do not the touching the fire or not touching the fire. You always choose that not touch the fire. You're not thinking the fire is bad or fire is this and that. You're not describing anything about fire. You just don't want to touch the fire because you know when you touch the fire, it will burn you. Same way, if the anger is natural of the persons, then why are you touching them? Why are you touching us like a fire? You should be careful to not have anger back, right? Because if this is natural, it will be burned then. It will be have anger. So that's all your fault to touching that. That's the say. If it is not the natural, if it is just advantageousness, then again, why you have anger then? If it advantageousness, then you should anger to what is really cause you problem as directly. So if like it's a cloud, like a cover the sun, then you shouldn't have anger to the sky. You shouldn't have anger to the skies, like a space, right? If like I say, if like a heavy raining comes, you shouldn't have anger to the sky.
I don't know what that word issue.
What's that?
What's that word mean? I don't know what that word is.
It's by chance.
By chance?
It's the opposite of being inherent. It's not an inherent
Is that
property.
a word that would exist?
Yeah, look at the picture.
I don't know. I mean, that's what they should use.
Not inherent in the stuff.
But that is the use.
So yeah, I think inherency is more talking about the.
Yeah, it's speaking different than the other words.
Ron, it's
What's the specific meaning?
added or appearing accidentally or unexpectedly, developing in an abnormal position. So added or appearing accidentally or unexpectedly. Adventitious is the root.
Okay, so if this anger is advantageousness, then you can see you can change them, right? So that's the one. If you create them enough positive condition, it's possible to change them. That's the one way you can think you can stop their anger. Why you have anger? The one way. And as again, if you think it is more advantageous, again you think it is like you don't show the anger to person instead of showing anger to their anger, right? Because once the raining comes from space, you never shows anger to the space or sky, right? And then once a cloud, covering to the sun, you never shows anger to the sky. So same way, like it's happening in everything is happening in sky. It's happening in space. Raining comes from space, a sky, or like a clouding is goes in and out. Is in its case, and clouding is like a stop to like a cloud waterfall. The cover of the sun is also happening in the sky, but you shouldn't have anger to the skies and space. Same way, you shouldn't have anger to the person because these two are exactly same. Both are advantages, not their nature. So therefore, either way, so if they are the nature of the persons, you shouldn't have anger. It is your fault to touching it. Its advantages is the anger of the person that you have a hope to change, or this is like a showing anger to wrong things to person instead of the anger. Advantageous, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So, how is this? Is this the same as what you were saying earlier about so you say separate the person?
No. This is different analysis. The first analysis we done, right? First analysis saying what we say here is analysis on whether the object has self-control.
Yeah.
That's the part, which is making separate. Well, that's the part of that. Now, new is second one is analyzing on the advantage. What's it? Advantages and inherency. So that's another analysis to analysis. Okay, analysis. Yeah, thank you. It's good. So analysis on like a different way. So what are we talking here? It's like if it is natural that you can have anger. If it's advantageous, you can have anger. Yeah, this is not the only one. It's different.
Because that's how when you said you should separate or you should distinguish a person from their anger. I was thinking about this idea.
The earlier this idea here.
This idea here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So how does that idea of distinguishing their anger, how is that related to what we were talking about before?
Self-control, yeah. So because let's say whatever having to, let me read again what said in Tibetan here, no problem. Where is the Shanti Aya Deva text? Okay, yes. It is separate. It said it here. The Buddha sees the inflection itself, anger itself is enemy, not the person who have anger as enemy. So therefore, the person yeah. Okay, Levin the order again. The Simjin Kumi, the Nimulam, shape number, Chunjun is one month from it, never kill us. Okay, so it's a concern you choose a game you in the motive and Jevichiku, Agitan but it says like a when shows the person anger to you, you always hold that person, but shows anger to their own angers, right? So, okay, so how can make related with the first topic is, okay, we're beginning in the latter case, you are angry because the harm doers are utterly without any self-control and being helplessly spelled by something else. So, okay, I think if you, Shiva, read one more time, this is the English, maybe it will help you. Chechini also you can read together, okay? In the later case, yeah, you are anger because you have it?
In the latter case, you are angry because the harm doers are utterly without any self-control and being helplessly impelled by something else. They hurt you. Then your anger is totally unjustified. For instance, some people who have been possessed by demons have come under their control. They wish that have come under their control. They wish to hurt those who are helping them to get free of their demons, and thereupon beat them, etc. However, their helpers think they do this because they do not have even the slightest anger. They do this because their demons have eliminated their ability to control themselves and do not have even the slightest anger toward them. They then strive to the best of their ability to free them from their demons. Likewise, when bodhisattvas are hurt by others, they think they do this because the demons of the afflictions have eliminated their ability to control themselves. Without being even the slightest bit angry with those persons, they then must generate the spirit of enlightenment, thinking, I will strive at the bodhisattva deeds in order to free them from these afflictions. Accordingly, Aryadeva's 400...
You understand now?
I understand this.
Okay, that's now quoting for this, right? So you cannot make related, you cannot make related that Ayadeva quotes and then above sentence, right?
Right.
You cannot see it's connected.
Well, it's all connected. But I guess, so when I heard you say that the person is separate from their anger, the anger is, that to me is about it being adventitious, like the cloud in the sky. It's like this passing over that person because of these things, because of these positive conditions happening to that person.
Okay.
To me, the argument is more of the second that we're talking about now, the adventitious. It's something that happens adventitiously, not because it is the person in the anger.
Okay, now a simple way.
Yes.
If you see the Ayadeva quote is related with the above one, it could be related with the disadvantages. But why need to repeat this line here again?
Right.
It's already said that, right?
Right.
So all this analysis has some kind of connection with each other, right?
Okay,
So it's not completely new idea, right? But it's combined with something else, right? Inherency or advantages. So that way analyzes, and then if Lama Tsongkhapa can say that, okay, as part of advantages, same above, right?
Okay.
So you can say that, yeah.
Okay.
That would maybe help, because I see the difference between the two. In the first one, we're identifying whether or not that person has self-control. So this is one of the reasons at the person, or am I angry at anger? Right? So there's different analysis sometimes. It's not the same analysis, so the reasons. That makes sense?
Okay, now let me finish the third analysis. It's also very short. So an analysis of whether the harm is direct or indirect. That's again we need to think. Which harms to you, or like we use that analysis many times. Who hits you stick by stick, right? So then it's saying that you anger to whom? Which you showing anger to the which like it directly makes you pain or indirectly makes you pain, right? When someone harms to you, when someone hits you, you have a pain in your body, therefore you have anger. So now you analyze this. You are going to have anger for directly make pain to your body or indirectly, right? So directly making your body to pain, then why you not show the anger to the stick? That's the thing, right? And then indirectly, then is even not the person is the main cause, their angers. The person's angers or person's self-grasping or person's self-centeredness, these are the main cause. This main cause of the having the pain in your body. So either you have to show the anger to the which is makes you directly pain, or the main cause, right? So and then once you show the anger both, and both are the not the person is. The person is not the both. Person is not the directly makes you pain, or person is not the indirectly makes you pain. The person is not the source who makes you which makes you pain, right? So therefore you cannot have anger. You think that, then not shouldn't have anger to the person. And even you are looking more root cause of your pain of body, then why not you have anger on your bad karma from previous? Is this the main source? Is none of those. It's not you, it's not the person, it's not the state. It's your karma to having this kind of pain, this kind of suffering. This is the main source. Even you are trying to show anger to the main source or main cause or directly pain, person is none of those. Or person is as I said, none of those. Then you're showing anger to the wrong person, wrong things. So this is the how we analyze this when we close to have anger, right? When we do close to it. But it's best things, this kind of analysis, do it today or tomorrow or when you are free time, when you are relaxed. Don't wait until anger comes. Don't wait, yeah. So that's the proper way to do practice and meditation. All this all analysis. Make sure this all analysis is perfect, and then make sure it is more benefited, as you understand. And then if you're going to choose, that's the best choice. Whether it's self-control choice or not, it's the best choice. So and then, but if you knowing this all, but still we're not choosing it, then we don't have a independently choosing or self-control choosing, right? So even you accept it, you have a like a trust, faith, all these ideas, it's functioning perfectly, but not applying on our practice, not applying the practice in daily life, then you do not have any, you don't have self-control to choose, right? You don't have an independent choice. Yeah. Okay. So this is, you read the Lamrim, which we skipped. This is the main points analysis. Still, we have one left over saying, analyzes the cause that impel the harm goes, right? Okay.
We talked about karma.
Yeah. So it will be more comes. We can talk about this. So do you have any question? Do they have a question? Okay. You don't have any question, right? Okay. Sanye Shingu, Togu Namda Shingla Juba, Idam, accumulation of merit in wisdom and achieve the fruit of the bodies that arise from merit and wisdom. Supreme Bodhicitta, rise around, and when he has arisen, may it not decrease, but ever increase more and more. Thank you. So I have one suggestion. Usually I said you memorize the outlines, right? But at least you memorize these outlines, analyze things, 4, 5, 6 analyzes, or you write down on your paper, put in the work, right? This way to analyze, this way to analyze, this way to analyze, and then it makes you think. That's the way you practice, right? This is my suggestion. I cannot give you all the work, right? Independent suggestion. My suggestion.
Today we only did analysis of the objects.
Yeah.
There's 2 more.
Yeah. Okay. Lasso. Have a good night.
Thank you, Geshe.
We're learning patience. Same time, we have a still we're learning it.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you.